Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Mad Hatter Radio. Reporting live from the point of no return. In this go around, I want to try to quickly talk about this viral video that's going around out of Asheville, North Carolina, where a man, his name is David Stephen Bell, listed at 6'5", 250 pounds. In this video, you can see him knocking out an 11-year-old girl, and she looks to be a black girl or Latina or a girl of color. She's 11 years old. So in this video, really quick, and this is the problem, is that in these viral videos, you don't really get a lot of context. You're kind of just thrown into the middle of these things, and you're kind of forced to choose, whatever your friends are thinking. So if you have a bunch of friends on one side, you're going to side with them, and if you have enemies on another side, you're going to definitely not side with them. You're going to be against them. But my thing is, let's look at this whole situation, and this is the problem with today as well. Like, everybody is such either or. Like, it's either this or that. Every situation is black and white, and sometimes the situation does call for that. But in this situation, I'm watching this video, and I don't know what caused this man to shove this little girl. I just remember seeing, like, when you see the video, you just see the girl, and there's a bunch of other girls around too, and other people. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a lot of people around. But you see the main girl in this dude's face. He pushes her, she goes flying, and then she runs up to the dude, and the dude punches her with a left-hand hook, which obviously he's 100% in the wrong. My opinion is that this guy's in the wrong. No matter what, you don't put your hands on a girl. You don't put your hands on people, period. But the other perspective is if you're small and someone's larger than you, you don't put your hands on them either. I mean, why do we live in a society where it's okay for somebody who's smaller than you to put their hands on you? You know what I mean? But why can't we say, hey, nobody put their hands on anybody? And why are we in a society now where by asking for people to be responsible is victim blaming? I mean, to me, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is a ridiculous situation because I hate to see this. However, I can tell you we live in a society now where if you are a woman, especially a woman of color, you can never do any wrong. So everybody on here is talking about how shocked they are. But what if we told our daughters to put themselves into better situations? What if we told our daughters to, hey, don't put yourself in a situation where you might be harmed? Try to avoid that. I mean, if we're about protecting our people, whatever even that means, if we're in that situation, why are we putting ourselves into situations where people can do harm to us? Especially if we know that very often, that white people are going to get off the hook. Why are we putting ourselves into situations to allow that to happen in the first place? That's my whole thing. Again, this video is just very hard to watch, very frustrating, but I can just see in the conversations in the comments, I got in a kind of a stupid back and forth with somebody, which I try not to do. But I basically said, this guy's in the wrong, but what if we teach our daughters? If I had a daughter, I would teach her to put herself in smarter situations. And this woman automatically jumps down my throat, calls me a victim blamer, and says I'm supporting the guy. And I'm like, did you even read my comment, dog? Obviously, I said this dude is in the wrong. But see, this goes back to the point that I was making earlier about we live in a society right now where everything is either or. It's either that guy was right or she was wrong. Or vice versa. Either she was right or he was wrong. But what if both of them were wrong? Or maybe both of them were kind of right? Like, we have to be able to be adults and look at these situations because, this person told me that, if I was a father, that'd be the wrong thing to tell your daughter to, that she should change her course of action. It's like, you're damn right I would tell my daughter that. I would tell the same thing to my son. If you step to somebody and you get knocked out, that's a hard lesson to learn. I hate to see you hurt, but you're going to learn this way so that next time you won't get killed. Because people of color back in the day didn't mess around because you could have got killed and hanged. People didn't play. You know what I mean? Remove yourself from hostile situations, especially in this day and age where everybody is on edge. I'm going to leave it there, okay? I really appreciate y'all for listening to this. I know it's been a little bit since I've done videos. I'm trying to get back on track, but As always, if you guys appreciate this video, give it a like. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you like content like this. I'll be doing more of this in the future. And as always, stay woke.